Hello there. Kim Coles here, and welcome to a wonderful presentation. So I started it a couple of minutes early so I could do a little chitter chatter and say hello and hope everybody's having a happy holiday. I'm actually going to leave this presentation up for a little while, and you'll learn a little bit in a little while why I'm leaving it up for just a little while. But welcome, welcome. Let me make sure I can see the comments as people are coming in. Oh, I turned the comments away from myself. Let me just make myself full screen hello, full screen here. So I'm going to sip a little bit of tea, say hello to everyone. I have, I think, about 45 to 60 minutes. I'm going to try to keep it under 60 minutes because I know that people are preparing to travel, preparing to cook. I will be doing one of those two things. One of those two things. I'm either preparing to travel or I'm preparing to cook. Can I tell you which one I'm going to do? I'm going to tell you which one I'm going to do. I'm going to prepare to travel. Yeah, I'm not a cooker. I'm not a cooker. I don't be cooking. I enjoy when I do cook, but I'm not one of those people that has like a plethora of menus and recipes in my head. I'm a real simple girl. I'm a simple eater, believe it or not. I like food to be kind of bland and plain. I mean, I would say flavorful, but not spicy. I don't like peppers. I don't like onions. All that I can't do. Just, I would say gastronomically, I don't get along with those foods. So, as I said, I am preparing to travel, not cook. I am traveling to the East Coast to see some family, and some of my family's traveling to see some other family. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I'm glad that you all are here. So it is now the top of the hour. So I will begin this presentation as we kick off for what I hope will be a really special holiday. And I'm one of those people that says happy holidays because I want to honor all the holidays that happen at this time. I know that Thanksgiving here in the States can be a little triggering for some of our indigenous sisters and brothers. And so I just say happy holidays, happy time to be grateful, happy time to be grateful holiday, happy time to not stuff ourselves just because the tradition says that we should stuff ourselves. Really, hopefully, you're spending time in gratitude, in thankfulness, and in counting your blessings that are already here and your blessings that are fitting to come. All right, all right. So let us begin the presentation. Hello, everybody. Kim Coles here, and welcome to the Boldacious Blueprint: 5 Steps to Crafting Your Vision for a Fearless Future. I'm going to read that again. It's all about your boldacious blueprint, which and in which I'm going to share 5 steps to crafting your vision for a fearless future. And because words matter, and because I really intend to be intentional, what I want you to understand here is sometimes I'll be making up words. And that's okay. And that's something that a person who is boldacious would do. And I want to just highlight a little bit the word fearless. For me, the word fearless doesn't mean that you never feel fear. In fact, fear can be good in many ways. Fear is a response that we have that can be protective. And sometimes fear can be too protective. It's protecting you from something that you don't even really need to be protected from. It's just that your consciousness, your ego thinks it needs to protect you from something. And so I don't know that you can ever lead a fearless future, but I think it is about being in awareness of understanding what fear really is, and to choose differently. One of my favorite things I learned many years ago, I had a mentor who said to me, what do you honor more, your fear or your future? And so that's what I'm talking about right here. So yeah, I'm saying a vision for a fearless future, but the emphasis is on the word future, and moving past the fear to the future that you envision for yourself. That's what we're up to right now. Moving to the slides, all the slides. So, like I said, I make up words, and that's something a boldacious person will do. And boldacious is a combination of bold and audacious. Anyone here old enough to remember the Electric Company? One of my favorite shows as a kid. They would take two words and push them together. So, Thanksgiving. That was the one that came up for right now. In this case, I'm putting together bold and audacious. And, because I'm the daughter of a teacher and the daughter of an educator and a teacher and the niece of many educators, let me just sort of give you some descriptions here. So, bold is bold, it's daring and action taking and striking and bright, which is why I put it on this yellow background. And audacious is about being adventurous and brave and courageous and fearless. And something else I wrote down, I can't understand my own handwriting, but it's about, to me, the boldacious spirit, the boldacious energy is about choosing to live out loud, choosing to step into the best version of yourself, which already exists, by the way. It's embodying living to the best of your ability and beyond. It's opening your gifts and stepping into them beautifully. It's living a passionate life. And I don't necessarily mean that you have to be bold and loud or be extroverted, because just so you know, little confession is I'm actually not an extrovert. I'm actually an introvert, meaning that I get energy. I replenish my energy when I'm either by myself or with people who are really trusted friends, or in the case of my beloved Dr. EJ, I can be my full self with him and rest energetically. And so I'm an extroverted introvert is what I like to say. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I don't mean that you have to be loud. I just mean that you have to live out loud and live all the dreams that are within your desire. And so I'm a stand for that. And by the way, as we're talking, I'm going to, I have 5 tips for you. Actually, I have 6. I said 5 tips to craft your your fearless future, but I really have 6, and I may even have a 7th. And when I'm done with this presentation, I'm also going to invite you to participate in something really special that I created that I'm actually renewing. And those of you who were in the Radiant community that we did about a year or so ago, you're going to be really happy, because I'm refreshing and renewing and representing the Radiant community. So I'm going to give you a way for you to step into your boldacious life on the regular. And so I see a few of you here. What does boldacious mean to you? When you're living your boldacious, audacious, bold, confident, even maybe just a little bit confident, and, like, even if you're growing into your confident self, like, what do you do that you are living your best life, that you're feeling your most passionate, most purposeful self, you're feeling on mission? What do you do? How do you live that way? How do you step into being the best version of you that already exists? So, in case we haven't met, my name is Kim Coles. I am an actress. I am a comedian. I'm an author, a speaker, a coach, and I'm really passionate about using my gifts to help others to step into their or their boldacious brilliance, or to broadcast your brilliance. Most of the ways that I work and share and step into my boldaciousness, to step into my best self, are helping other people to see, unlock, discover, and step into their gifts as well. That's why I was placed on this planet. That's how I shine my light in anything that you've ever seen me do. That's the intention behind it. I'm living my light and shining so that I can remind you that you're supposed to shine too. Come on, let's shine together. So that's what that's all about. Yes. So, I could do a whole thing about I've been in the show business for 38, 39 years. I'm a 4-time best-selling author. I'm a coach. I'm a story coach. I'm an intuitive coach. I'm a captivating coach, not only because I myself desire to be and work to be and step in the world as a captivating coach, but I also help others to become captivating just by being you? What if just being you is all you need to do? It's not a whole lot of change. It's just a little unlocking and having the courage to step out and be that at all times. All right. So the number one way, so I told you I've got five, maybe six, and I may throw another one in. The number one thing I want you to do, to consider, the number one key thing that is on the table for you, on the on the beautiful table to be served up for you right now, is to identify your boldacious vision. What is your biggest, audacious, out there vision that you have for yourself? And something that I always say, and I really believe, I really, how you hear things, and I'm a coach that has had coaches, and one of the early things I learned as I was coaching with someone is that um, your dream, your vision, your desire would not be placed in you if the way to make it manifest didn't exist. So, and those of you who know me, I always language this so that all feel welcome, whether you say God or the universe or source or the creator or the most high. However you language it, it's perfectly fine with me, and it keeps me connected to you to hear how you language that which connects us all, that which created us all. However you language it, I'm like, yep, that's his name, yep, she's a goddess, whatever it is. I am accepting and open to all of it. And whoever it is that you call God, however you language, however you identify that higher power, the inner power, whatever that is, would not have placed those dreams and visions in you if they didn't know you were the one to make it happen. I don't have a dream to build buildings or to, be an architect. It's not even it's not in my wheelhouse, not interested. Happy to see you do it. So it's not been placed in me to be an architect because that's not what I do. I'm an architect of love. I'm an architect of joy, but it's not placed in me. So identify what it is that was placed in you, even if you, and here, this is key, even if you don't allow yourself to dream that big. I'm telling you, and you could trust me as your sister in the light, because we're all in the light. We're all of the light. It would not have been given to you if the way to make it come true and come through didn't already exist. So the first step is really to identify it. And so for each one of these, I actually have a reflection. So this is going to be a little mini workshop that you can think about. And like I said earlier, I'm going to leave this up for a little while. The reflection I would have for you would be, what does a bold, fearless, joy-filled life look like for you in 5 years? And if you're like me, and I did this for the big dreamers who can see the vision way out there. If 5 years is too far out for you, what does it look like in a year? What would it look like in 6 months for you if you were living your bold, fearless, courageous, fully expressed, fully actualized self? What would that look like, feel like, taste like, smell like, be like for you? It's something to reflect on, particularly as we enter this season of the year, as we move off into this time of year. Rather than judging yourself what you haven't done yet, look at yourself and go what would it look like? Do you stay tapped into that? And that's one of the keys that I'm going to talk about in just a little bit. Somebody said, something definitely to think about. And we move on with our life, and we get things, and we do things, and we be doing things. We be doing things. I want you to stop, get quiet, and ask yourself this. What does it really look like? What does it feel like, smell like, taste like, touch like? And again, here says 5 years, but if you want to do it a year from now, a month from now, what would it look like? And by the way, what actions would you take? That's a little side coaching for you. What actions would you take if you were stepping into that vision right now? Okay, here we go. Number two way to craft your fearless future right now is to set boldacious goals, right? So do you want to shed some pounds? Do you want to meet the love of your life and get married? Do you want to have 5 more babies? Do you want to start a foundation? You've been talking about it. You've been visioning it. But what are the goals? Get the goals down, get it locked in, get it, put pen to paper. There's, excuse me, so many studies that talk about when you write things down in your handwriting, there's something that happens, the connection through all your neural pathways and whatnot from your brain to your pen to putting it down on paper, and you're making it real. Like the brain doesn't even know that it hasn't happened yet. Speak in the affirmative, speak in the now. Set your bodacious goals as if it's happening right now. And dream big. I'm going to tell a little story. To be honest with you, I didn't dream my life this big. I used to watch television in the 70s and I would go, I want to do that. I want to be Carol Burnett. That was actually my focus, especially as a little girl. I was like, I don't even know what that is. I want to be Carol Burnett. So that's a big, boldacious goal. But I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't really even dream past that. Not that anyone could think that they could go past Carol Burnett, who was, she was so, you know what it was? She was goofy and she was glamorous. I was like, I think I could do that. She's goofy and she's glamorous. I like that. Remember, she would come out in her Bob Mackie gowns and then go and do these characters that were ridiculous and missing teeth and wore funny glasses. And she was all of the things. And so that was my boldacious goal. But I didn't really dream that it would happen for me. I was just like, I think I want to do that. And somewhere along the lines, and I didn't even understand goal setting. I didn't understand vision. I never did a vision board until I was well into my 30s or 40s, maybe even my 40s. I set this bodacious goal. And I think when I said that to the universe and to God and the creator, God was like, oh, I can put that in you and I can put that in place. I got to meet her one time and I was shaking the whole time, All right. What goals do you have that make you shake in your boots? That's what you need to go for. So here is a reflection for you. What major milestones do you need to achieve to make your vision a reality? So really hear the intention of this question here. This question is a question about action. We're going to dream it. We're going to write it down. We're going to know in our bones that if it came to me, I'm supposed to do this. I don't know how. Here's how. You begin to identify what major milestones you need to achieve to make your vision a reality, right? What's along the way? In my case, I didn't know that along the way I needed to become a stand-up comedian. But before I became a stand-up comedian, I started making people laugh in high school. And I did it thinking that it was a way for me to win friends and influence people because I was afraid they were going to tease me for being the fat girl. I was like, okay, avoid being called the fat girl, get to be the funny girl. Here's what I need to do, make them laugh. I didn't know that it was a major milestone on my way to becoming what would become my version of Carol Burnett. So what milestones do you need? And you can craft this for yourself. Notice that the name of this presentation is the ways to craft it, the way to create it. I truly believe that we co-create with the divine. We co-create. There's a lot of people, and I don't want to get on a soapbox about this. A lot of people sitting around praying for stuff, but they're not doing stuff. I'm grateful that I had a mother who said, pray and then move your feet. Like it was placed in you already by the divine. The divine says, I need you to have this because you're going to be the one to shine this beautiful gift that I've placed only in you in this configuration of things. I'm not saying other people don't have other ideas, but this idea was placed in you for you to make it manifest. Now go make this happen. And we're sitting around praying, waiting for it to happen. No, identify the milestones and then get in action on this. We co-create with the divine. Yes, someone liked that. And somebody else loves Carol Burnett. I really do. I was shaking when I met her. Okay. The number 3 key. I'm moving along. I don't want to keep y'all long. I know y'all are thawing out your turkeys and listen, because I don't cook, I can't even tell you what the steps are. Chopping things. Are you chopping things? Are you thawing things? I don't cook. I don't know. Are you mincing things? I don't know. Are you straining? I don't know what you do when you cook. I boil water and make an egg and call it a day. Okay. So the next 3 things, move your feet. That's right. Move your feet. Pray and then move your feet. Get in action. And I think that's what happens. You get in action, and the divine goes, okay, I'm going to make sure that you meet someone that's going to place something on you. I'm going to make you meet someone who you can collaborate with on this. Oh, I'm going to help make sure that you're in the right place to see um, a synchronicity. Some people call them coincidence. I call them a synchronicity, that you're in the right place at the right time and you go, oh, this can happen. I want this for you. This is what it means to live a boldacious life. So the number 3 key for crafting your boldacious life. This is the blueprint. I'm giving you the blueprint for crafting your boldacious life. Is to align with your values. All right, so let's talk about values for a second while I take a sip of tea. I see the love. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. So I wrote down some values, so you know what I mean by values, in case you like, oh, what does Kim Coles mean by that? So some values, some common values are loyalty, integrity, generosity, kindness, love, dependability, community, influence, authenticity, adventure, sustainability, ability. And this goes back to, this, I believe it's in the Bible. Where it is in the Bible, I don't know, but we know that great philosophers have said this. Like I said, I think it's in the Bible. It throughout history, there's been, the great experience that very smart people want us to have is to know thyself. You got to know yourself. I think a lot of us are busy listening to the noise all out there, and I'm not judging it because I do it too. You're listening to all the noise that's happening all out there. What's happening in the news, what's happening on the reality shows that are really not real, because I've been on several of them. There's nothing real about them. Maybe the reactions of the people are, but it's crafted for us. A lot of people talk about being in the matrix, right? Right? We know a whole lot of stuff going on out there. But do you know yourself? Do you know what your values are? Are you aware of what your values are? And, this speaks to, when people say, know what your yes is, know your yeses and your nos, right? Be very clear about your yeses and your nos. They are just as strong. And I don't mean no as in pushing things away. I mean no as in, I always call it a peaceful perimeter. I don't even call it boundaries. I got boundaries. I actually just have peaceful perimeters. And it would be well within in my well wishes, well within my wish that you do not cross my peaceful perimeter. I told you I'd be making up things. I don't want a boundary because I don't know what it's keeping out. But I do have a peaceful perimeter that I know what I'm keeping in. And what I'm keeping in are my values that are mine. So what are some of your values? I have a reflecting question here. I'm going to give you an example. How do the goals that we talked about in the last section here resonate with your personal values and beliefs? So I'm going to give you an example that I came up with today. My beloved Dr. EJ and I are flying tomorrow. So this is what popped up. And we're not flying our usual airline. In our usual airline, the thing about, flying the same airline often is you get to collect points and you get to move up the status. Or as one of my favorite movies, what's the movie? Paris is Burning. You move your status in the ballroom. The more points you have with an airline, the better. Like, there's things you get invited to. You get invited to upgrade for free. You might join the lounge, join the business lounge. Like, the more you fly with one airline, get them points and all kinds of things get unlocked for you. Like I said, your status in the ballroom is raised. Paris is Burning. That's my reference. But we're flying an airline that is not our usual airline. We do not have any status in the ballroom. And so it just got me thinking, like, wow, what would it be like to fly private? Like, imagine, and I've done it twice. It's fabulous. But like, imagine flying private, like, all the time. Like, you have your own private jet. They just hop on the plane and go. Get on the plane and go. No restrictions. Let's go. Be on the private jet. I've done it twice. It's amazing. It's amazing. Now, What if one of my goals was to fly private all the time? Like from now on, that's it. I'm flying private. I ain't getting on a plane with a bunch of other people. I'm getting on a plane with just me. I want just me and my beloved, maybe some friends, and my own private flight attendant and my own private flight pilot. And I can leave when I want to leave and arrive when I want to arrive, and all that. However, what if one of my um, values is sustainability? So if one of my values is sustainability, um, how much fuel am I using? What's my carbon footprint? You've heard that term before. Like I recycle my bottles and cans. I reuse, whatever. I water my garden with the whatever they call it, reclaimed water. I'm somebody who, whatever ways that you sustain, I recycle every day. I have a compost out back, with all the things. I don't know, whatever it is. I'm sustainable. Excuse me, my ring hit the table. If I'm sustainable, and that's one of my sustainability is one of my goals. I'm sorry, if sustainability is one of my values, then flying private, it goes against flying private goes against one of my personal goals. If I'm being sustainable, because flying private changes your carbon footprint. You're using more fuel. You're, all the things. Now, yes, you're giving people a job, by having your own private, pilot and whatnot, but there's a whole other set of costs that are involved in having a private jet that are not involved in flying Southwest. And no, we're not flying Southwest. You get what I'm saying? It's a completely different experience. And so because I have a value of being sustainable, then a private jet would not be a choice I make for myself. Now, I'm not claiming that. I haven't decided how to sustain. I'll recycle a bottle, but if a private jet is in my sphere, I'm not going to not take it. But you get what I'm saying. So the question that you have for yourself, if the question you have for yourself is, the reflection here is, how do the goals that you have resonate with your own personal values and beliefs? We could have a whole conversation about beliefs and the limiting beliefs that are surrounding us as well. Okay, so there we go. Here we go. Number 4, the fourth way. I'm going to take a little sip. The fourth way fourth piece of the blueprint to live a boldacious life. By the way, I'll say again, I'm leaving this presentation up. If you're coming in a little bit late, I'm leaving it up because I know you're cooking and chopping and mincing and doing whatever the things we do. It's to celebrate the milestones. I'm going to take a deep breath on this one. Celebrate the milestones. Who here doesn't take the time to really celebrate? Like things happen and like, oh, yay, I got the award. Okay, what's next? Who here is like that? Anybody here right now within the sound of my voice, you go, that was awesome. Now what am I going to do? Like, did you stop to celebrate? Did you stop to go, yay, me? Did you stop to go, wait a minute, I really came through the fire for this moment to happen. Let me just sit down for a minute and go, ooh, that was nice. That was real nice. Maybe you evaluate, what could I have done differently? Would I have done anything differently? Could I do it better next time? Will I never do this again? But I'm going to celebrate this moment right here. Do you celebrate? I knew there were going to be some people here. I knew it. There were going to be some folks here. If you're anything like me, you don't stop and relish in it. Go, ooh, I did that. Oh, I did that. Take the time to celebrate. And I think what happens when we do that, job well done. And I don't mean in a boastful way, but you know what? If you want to boast for a little while, go ahead and go, yep, look what I just did. How about that? Celebrate in whatever way you choose to celebrate. I really think what happens when we do that is the divine, God, source, creator, most high, higher self, howsoever you say, God, goddess, howsoever you language it, says, woo, look at what they did. I put that in them. They went ahead and moved on it. Yay you, yay us. Because you co-create with the divine. Yay us. Look at you. You're welcome and thank you. I really think there's an exchange of, look at you, you did it. Look at you, you're doing it. Celebrate the milestones along the way. Celebrate before you even get to the end. And by the way, a little manifestation tip, a little manifestation secret for you is celebrate that it is on the way, because you put the intention out there that it's meant to be. Celebrate that it has already arrived. Oh, actually, that's one of the best ways to write an affirmation. I'm so happy and grateful that I am now flying on this private jet. Okay, maybe that's not it. Okay, I am so happy and grateful that I now am at my goal weight and I have no inflammation in my body. I celebrate that. Ooh, I celebrate. I know how that's going to feel. And oh, I can't wait to squeeze into them size 9 jeans again. Size 9. Like, do you remember when, like, do they still do sizes in uneven odd numbers, like 3, 5, 7, 9, 11? I moved past those numbers. I went, never mind. I'm at whole numbers now. I'm at like, even numbers. 9, size 9. I want to fit into my size 9 jeans again. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in these size 9 jeans. Okay. Celebrate the milestones. Would you like a reflection for that? Here it is for you. How do you want to reward yourself when you reach your significant milestones? So there's another manifestation tip for you is you choose now how you're going to celebrate when you get that thing. Choose now how you're going to celebrate when the love of your life shows up, when your next book is published, when your next manuscript is done. Forget the publishing. When you're done writing it, forget that. When you're done outlining it, how are you going to celebrate? Are you going to go and take a staycation at a local holiday inn? Like, I'm just going to go sleep in a hotel room where they got blackout curtains and just order room service. I'm going to, whatever it is, I'm going to go and allow myself one day of not sitting down at the computer and writing. I'm going to fill in the blank, ... How do you want to reward yourself? I'm going to go have a delicious glass of wine that's not $2 Chuck. We were at Trader Joe's earlier today. People were buying up the $2 Chuck. I'm going to go treat myself to a really expensive glass of wine at a really nice fill in the blank. How do you want to reward? And guess what? Holding the energy of what that reward is and going to be will mean that you're going to complete that milestone. You go, I promised myself that I was going to go to the spa when I finished my manuscript. Let me go ahead and finish this manuscript because I sure do want to relax with a towel on my head. I don't know. You get to decide. You get to decide. And what I want you to know is that you get to create this. You get to be creative. Creativity was placed in all of us. I cannot draw anything other than stick people, but I'm sure as heck real, real creative. How are you creative? Create that reward for yourself, celebrate and step into it. And I think there's something special about saying, oh, I'm celebrating. So I'm go ahead and do this thing so I can go ahead and get that reward. All right? All right. Are y'all liking this? Is this good? You having a good time? All right. I've got 2 more for you. And then I've got a way to share with you how you can step into all of these and we can work together to do it. The next one that I think people miss out on, I think this is something that people forget about. I think we forget about the celebration. I think we forget about having accountability. You see how these people are all holding each other. I got your back. I got your back. Accountability. Not someone who's going to critique you. Not somebody who's going to go, what was that? What was that? Somebody who you stay accountable to. And you may even have very different ideas of what you want to create and release in the world. But somebody who's got your back. Somebody who says, I see you. I got you. Okay, what you want to do? Tell me what you want to do so I can hold space for you. I want to witness you and hold space for you to succeed in that. Because if you succeed in that, then you show me that it's possible for me. And I'm going to do that for you. Cool? Cool. Let's agree. Let's touch and agree that we're going to be accountable to each other to keep our word to the world. Did y'all catch that? The gift that was placed in you by the divine was placed in you as a gift that is meant to be expressed in the world. When you step into that gifting, you will keep your word with the world and with the divine and with yourself. A lot of us, me included in certain areas of my life, I'm not keeping my word. One of my values is integrity. And I'm not keeping my word if I don't shine my light. I'm not keeping my word to the divine if I don't step in. If I don't step in. And I say this without judgment, I'm not judging you if you haven't, I'm not critiquing you if you haven't. I'm just placing in you right now a little, wait a minute. I'm not keeping my word to myself and to the divine. If this came to me, it came to me for a reason. I got to be in integrity with it. I got to be in integrity with this gift. Okay. By the way, it's never too late. It doesn't go away. Opportunities come and go, right? That particular opportunity, that particular train that you were supposed to, and I have real mixed emotions about the word supposed to. You were supposed to take that train that arrived for you to get on. Well, I didn't. I wasn't ready. I wasn't in knowing. I didn't in the knowing, in the knowledge. I didn't know myself. I didn't think that I had the skills. I'm gonna get on that next train that comes. I tell you what, I'm gonna get on that next train. I'm gonna ride a couple of stops too. I'm gonna ride a couple of stops to see if I like this train. I don't like this train. I'm gonna get off this train. It's moving too fast for me. I'm gonna take a slower train. Go ahead and take that slower train. You get to decide, but get on the train. Get on the train. Okay, so here's who's on the train with you is on your accountability partners. You get on the train, y'all ride together. You'll ride or die. I don't want you to die. I want you to ride until the idea in you, the creation in you never dies. Here's a reflection for you. You get to think about this now. This is what you're doing. You're a general putting things in place. You're putting your army of light in place. Who in your life can support you, can challenge you, can motivate you towards your boldacious goals? And again, remember I told you at the beginning of this that words really matter. Like this is really think about what I just said. It's not just supporting and lifting you up and having your back. Who in your life can challenge you? Go, you can do better. I like that. That was nice. I saw what you did. You built that logo. That gold logo is really pretty. Give it another go. I think you got another shot in you. What? Oh, that gown that you made. Oh, that's a beautiful gown. That's for your client. That is the most beautiful gown. I love it. She has a big big bosom. I'm going to challenge you to really give her a little bit more support. I'm challenging you. Let your accountability partners challenge you. I come up with ideas as I'm sitting here. Challenge you like, she's real busty. I'm going to challenge you to give her a little bit more support because she's going to want to be lifted up. I'm going to challenge you. Who motivates you towards your boldacious goals? And I'm going to say something here too that just dropped into my spirit. So let me say this. There is a prevailing feeling I've seen, a thought that I've seen around where people say, let your haters motivate you. Let your haters motivate you. And so that's one way to look at it. Like there's people who don't believe in you, who don't think you can get it done, who critique you all the time. And you go, I'm going to do it. But are you doing it to prove them wrong? I really wonder if that's the energy around your gifting that you want in place. Oh, you said I couldn't do it. Watch this. Are you doing it for them? Because they're haters. They're never going to lift you up, enjoy what you do, approve of what you do. I'm not saying that people can't be turned around. When I first started in show business, my parents were like, now, what are we doing here? You're dropping out of college and you're going to become a comedian? You're very funny, Kimberly. That's great. And we're here for you, but you might want to think about the plan B, okay? They didn't hate on me. They just challenged me to, you're going to go for this. Go ahead and go for it. I think there's the energy of like, I'm going to show them that you never believed in me. You tried to hold me back. I wait till I show you. Why are you showing them? They'll see, they'll witness, they'll experience, or they've moved on to critiquing or criticizing somebody else. They ain't even studying you. Can you tell my mother's from the South? They not studying you. If they hating on you and you over here doing things, they're gonna be like, ooh, she's lifting up her life. Ooh, she doing big things. I can't stand her. All right, my words aren't getting to her because she's really doing her thing. So let me go on over here and find somebody else to to mess with. Or even better, like, wow, she's really doing it. I maybe that lives in me too, because she ain't smarter and cuter than me. Maybe I need to get myself together and stop hating on people and get my who knows how you're going to affect them, but your focus should not be affecting them. Your focus should be influencing the people who need you most. The haters have already made their decision. The haters have spoken. Haters, have you all spoken? You've all spoken? Peaceful perimeter in place. I'm gonna go ahead and go over here and do my thing. Really, we're focusing way too much on the haters. I'm gonna let my haters don't hate, motivate. They don't motivate me at all. I'm too busy going like, you don't like this? Wow. All right, I'm gonna go be with some people who like this. Why are you wasting your time letting your haters be your motivation? Okay, I'll get off the soapbox. It's just something to think about. It's a new perspective. Another thing you'll learn about me, those of you who are in my world, have been in my world, I'm gonna just offer you this. It's on the table for you to carve as you will. If it's meant for you, then it's meant for you. If it doesn't make sense, if haters make you stronger, I see somebody here, the haters make you stronger. If that works for you, then go for it. However, I'm going to give you a fresh perspective to look at because I'm really about what other perspectives are available. If it makes you stronger and that really works for you, then go for it. However, if it's dragging you down because you're busy going like, are they still hating on me? Why are you hating on me? You see what I'm doing? Oh, they still hating. Dang, that's a whole lot. Do you see how much energy I just wasted when I could have been over here creating something for the people who will love on me? All right, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I see a few questions here. I'm gonna save the questions for the end. So that's the reflection. Remember, I told you I said I had 5, but I really do have another one for you. Here's a bonus key blueprint, boldacious blueprint starter upper is you get to reflect and refine. You get to reflect and refine. You get like, okay, that didn't work. Let me have a new approach. Remember, I just said I love perspective. What else is out there? Let me review. Let me reflect on what worked. Let me up level what worked and cast away what didn't work. Right? How will you ensure your blueprint remains relevant and aligned with your evolving self? So we're always evolving, right? And I always like to say that we're becoming and overcoming all the time. You're always overcoming and becoming to overcome and overcoming. And you just, I think if you're living your life in an expansive co-creation style, you're going to always be evolving. Let's hope we're evolving until we die. That's my plan. I don't plan to rest on any laurels. I plan to keep growing and growing and growing and spiraling upwards as I can, as I learn, as I grow, as I teach, right? And so you can ensure that your blueprint remains relevant by aligning with your evolving self, by constantly going, okay, what matters to me now? Okay, what matters to me now? What's important to me now? How will I grow this thing called me and this thing called life? That was my bonus for you. Do I have another reflection question? So that was the reflection question. How do you ensure that this blueprint makes happen? It gets happening. Is happening. Is growing and evolving with you. Just constantly reflect, review, go over, look at it again, and go, what could I change? What could I grow? What have I learned? Really stop to look at your lessons. There are no mistakes, there are only lessons. And I've learned that over my lifetime. I've been on this earth 61 years, almost 62. Man, I'll take the lessons. The mistakes are like, oh no. But the oh yes is what have I learned? What can I do differently? What can I not do again? One of them is that hater lesson. Like, they don't like me. They may never like you. Or maybe they just don't like that you found your light and they don't realize yet that the light is in them. Just do what you got to do and be here for the rest of the world. And maybe they'll come along. We don't know, but we ain't focusing on them. Okay. So perhaps this is you, right? Maybe right now you are feeling as if you are accomplished in something, but you really want more. Maybe you desire to live without negativity. By the negativity comes from without and from within. Maybe the hater is all up and through here, not judging, but I know that feeling when you're like, I can't get this right. You're hating on yourself. We have no time for that. We have no time. You have no more time. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Please, you have no more time to hate on yourself. There's no more time to limit yourself, critique yourself. You can adjust, critique, but not criticism. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe this is you. Maybe you yearn for more laughter and joy. Maybe you are struggling with work-life balance. And for me, I actually have a fresh way of looking at balance. I really look at balance. I language balance as harmony, because balance, the word balance, because of the way we've been conditioned, we're taught that balance means equal. It all has to be like this. And the truth is, in life, sometimes some part of your life is here and some part of your life is here. And the balance shifts all the time. And so I want you to think more about harmony, being in harmony, which to me means being in flow and being aware of where you can send a little bit more energy over here, because you want this area of your life to be more in focus, be more in a place that you want it to be. So where in your life are you putting others' needs before your own? Where in your life is this you? Are you held back by any fear or limiting beliefs? Do you have a fear of starting over? Remember I said earlier on, gosh, we feel like, oh, I'm too old to do that. I'm too old to do this. There's so many examples of people who have achieved such greatness. They needed to get all their lessons in place for the go, and now off I go. It's never too late. Maybe you worry over your financial future. Maybe you regret or you reflect on your past choices too much. And I don't think there's anything wrong with reflecting. I think it's, I just said, the last slide was about reflecting. You just shine the light back there and look at it and go, okay, what's back there? What happened there? And what am I bringing forward as I move forward? The lesson back there. But a lot of us, we linger too long on past choices. Oh, I got that wrong. Or, oh, I wish I had, could have done that differently. You like Maya Angelou says, when you know better, you do better. Wasn't it Maya Angelou says that? When you know better, you do better. Now you know, oh, you have a new choice, a new perspective, a new opportunity. See, somebody says, I regret all the time. I say reflect, but don't regret. You did the best you could with what you had, at the information that you had at that time. I'm also grateful that I have a mother. She's 93, y'all. I have a mother who taught me that as well, that you did the best. You did the best you could with the information you had. You did the best you could at that time. And now you get to take that lesson and you get to try it differently this time. Like, ooh, what would I do? So you reflect on it and go like, what would I do differently this time? But don't spend a lot of time there, because the past is past and the now is now. Even the future, as we look at the future, this whole presentation is about what do we want in the future, but the future is created in the now. It's a whole bunch of little now moments. Now, 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 now. Oh, now there's another now, there's another now. And all of those now steps get you to your future. I hope that makes sense to you. So it's what do you know now that is undeniable that you know now? It belongs to you. That lesson, that mistake, that misstep happened, and the lesson that you gained from it is what belongs to you. Leave the past in the past. Yeah. Okay. Maybe you're feeling a little unfulfilled at this time, or maybe you feel as if you had a lack of support. Remember I told you at the beginning of this, let me just take a sip of tea. Hang on, guys. I'm getting all excited. I'm talking real fast. Remember I told you in the beginning that I wanted to share with you a way that we could work and play together that would actually help you go eliminate this, or at least shine a light on it so that you could have a different perspective and look a different way, right? I want you to think about what if you could, on the regular, embrace joy and positivity, create space for new ventures, overcome negativity and doubt from within and from without. Negativity and doubt from within and from without. Remember, I said sometimes the biggest hater is you. Sometimes your biggest hater is you. What if you could achieve more harmony in your work and life? I didn't say balance, I said harmony in your work and life. What if you could prioritize your happiness? And this is another one that I'll say here that you may have heard before. People say you got to fill your own cup. But the other piece of that is, yes, you got to fill your own cup. Fill your own cup to overflowing and then feed others from your saucer. Like, we don't do that anymore. I have a mug here. There's no saucer underneath it, but I'm talking about an old-fashioned teacup. There's a saucer and a teacup. You need to fill that cup up, and you need to know what fills your cup. Just time with friends, just getting a spa day, just watching some YouTube videos and not even just zoning out, not even thinking, watching your favorite TV show, watching reruns of Living Single. I don't know what fills your cup. What fills your cup? Know what that is. Line that up. Remember how I just said before how you want to sort of set up the ways that you're going to celebrate your goals and celebrate your milestones along the way. Know what fills your cup. I have some girlfriends in my life that just getting on the phone and giggling with them, when I'm done, my cup is full. My cup runneth over, as my mother always says. My cup runneth over. And then I'm full enough so that I can then serve others. Serve others from your overflow. They get from your saucer. And your job is just to keep your cup always overflowing so that you can serve others as much as you wish, as little as you wish, and they'll all be fine. That's another thing I want to say too, that I've had this experience. I was in a relationship with a man who just really required a lot of me. And I allowed him to require a lot and not, I would say, not bring to the table enough of his own resources. I was fully tapped in all the time. I couldn't ever fill my cup full enough because he was always taking from the cup, maybe even dipping in the cup and taking some. I'm like, why are you taking stuff that's in my cup? When I tell you that when we broke up, he did just fine. I was like, I can't leave him because he needs me and he can't do for himself. And so I need to stay in this relationship. I need to do more because I'm capable. You're capable of working hard and working harder and working yourself into the ground. I was working myself into the ground, supporting this relationship. When I tell you, when that relationship is over, when I tell you he flourished, I said, oh, look who figured it out. Look who got himself a job. Wow. Couldn't do that without, because I was busy giving so much that he was like, I'm gonna go ahead and sit down. I'm gonna go ahead and sit down somewhere. Tell you what, as soon as I was like, you know what, this is not working for me. I'm drained and tired all the time, and I need to remain halfway cute because most of this is my money right here. This is my money, and my heart is my money. My heart was broken all the time. Like, wow, I'm exhausted. As soon as we broke up, I was like, oh, you doing well now. You can't. You got to find people in your world who don't require so much from your saucer that you got to keep filling your cup so that their saucer is full enough for them. They'll be fine. They'll be all right. They'll figure it out. They'll be all right now. I'm getting a few giggles. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox. What if you could prioritize your happiness and fill your cup and serve from your overflow? What if you could build the confidence to chase your dreams? What if you could manifest your desires? What if you could reignite your passion? What if you could figure out what your passion is? Again, we're so busy listening to the noise out here that we don't even tap into what our own purpose and passion is. What if you could reimagine your best self? And what if you could experience the connection and support? By the way, if you really paid attention, all of these qualities here were baked into what we talked about at the beginning of our presentation. Well, I have an opportunity for you. I want you to imagine that you get to be the true creator of your life and tap into limitless power to achieve anything that you desire. And I mean anything that you desire. Remember, I said The desire would not be placed in you if the way to make it manifest couldn't come true, or isn't there available for you, right? What if you could imagine, with me that you could just discover what is keeping you from achieving what you want. The limiting beliefs, the so-called haters out there and in here, and stop waiting for permission from others or permission from yourself before making changes in your life. I'll come clean and say one of my core life themes, and those of you who know I help people express their story. I like to say broadcast your brilliance. And one of the ways I work with people is to help you identify the life themes that show up over and over and over again and over and over again and show up in your stories. And one of them is permission. Do I have permission to shine? Do I have permission to be bold? And there's some reasons, there's some conditioning around why we feel we might need permission. It might be cultural, and we can go down a whole long conversation about that. It might be that when you did show up and shine, there were people who cut you down for it. They call this the tallest poppy syndrome. The tallest poppy in the field is the first one that gets cut down and put in a bouquet. So you're like, don't grow too fast, don't speak up too much, don't do too much, children should be seen and not heard. I don't know if I believe that. I don't have any children. We have some neighbors that are really loud. The kids run all the time. I'm like, maybe children should be seen, heard, and put to bed early. But for you, some of us, and maybe for you, maybe you share that life story thing. Like, do I have permission to speak up? Do I have permission to be somehow a consequence was created as a result of us being too much or being not enough. Do I really have permission to do that? It's a universal theme in life, and it's definitely a theme that shows up in my life and has shown up in my life many times. Why else would I shake when I met Carol Burnett? I thought that I didn't have permission to grow this high. Maybe that was part of it. Maybe it's time to explore that further. I just didn't feel like I had permission to even be in her world. Like, what? Or maybe she was just a mentor, an idol of mine that was on TV, and here I was experiencing her. But I think that just deserved a little extra attention right there. So maybe you're waiting for permission. You think that you need permission of the outside world. Like people go, and now you can shine. Now you may grow. Now you may lose those 30 pounds. Off you go. But sometimes the permission you need is to give yourself before making the change that you want in your life. What if, imagine with me that you could pursue your dreams without fear of failure. No such thing as failure. No such thing as a mistake. There's only lessons learned. New, fresh perspective. You did the best you could with what you have. And what if you could build an unwavering confidence that you can do anything that you put your mind and your heart and your soul to? Well, I've got a way for us to be able to work together to do this together. So remember, I told you earlier on, I was going to share with you a way that we could work together. And so I'd like to share that with you if you all are all right with it. Like I said, a year and a half ago, I had this beautiful membership called the Radiant KimUnity. Radiant KimUnity. And yes, I'm saying KIMUNITY. It's all of us together. Gifts to share, as I've said. There's a way that we're supposed to shine in the world. There's a way that we're supposed to radiate ourselves out to the world. And here's the cool thing about the rays of the sun that radiate to us. We radiate that back. We take that in and we get our vitamin D, and then we can radiate in the world. That who you be radiates out in the world, and you get to have the resources available to you so that you can radiate even bigger, better, more beautiful, and just the way you envision it. And so if you don't mind, I'd like to share with you some of the aspects of the Radiant community. And I'm going to say this to you too. For those of you who were in the program before, get ready for a surprise. Get ready for a surprise. I got something for you. Wait now. So the Radiant KimUnity is a supportive community for women and men who want to abandon the status quo, start thinking bigger, and do more than ever that they ever imagine on their own. And the reason why I say and men, because in our first cohort of the Radiant community, we did have a handful of men, and it was so awesome to have that masculine energy in the space who are also saying, I want to step up and be more radiant. And I want to step up and radiate more joy, more peace, more possibilities, more confidence. And so I say that it's a community for women because more women will show up. But oh, if there are men listening, come and hang out with us. We will love on you. We would love to have you there. It's really cool to have other voices in the space. And by the way, if you don't identify as a man or a woman, I create safe, sacred spaces where all are welcome. Anyone who wants to radiate more joy, more peace, more light, more life, more love is welcome to be in this community. Welcome to be in the Radiant community. All are welcome. So this is for you. The Radiant community is for you to manifest your dreams, create a life filled with purpose, and to leave an enduring legacy. I want for you, my wish for you is that you live so boldaciously that you create that ripple in the pond, right? That you create that ripple in the pond that keeps rippling forward and forward and forward. And there's something I was reading recently. I'm a fan of human design. Does anybody know anything about human design? That's a whole other conversation. It's like astrology on speed or something. Astrology is actually built on several different disciplines, and my particular type is a generator. And as a generator, we are here to light up the world, and we're not even sure who we're affecting. I'm not here to, like, say, stand on a platform and go, I'm here to create a legacy for the world. Just the legacy gets created as I show up and show out. And so many of you, that's actually how you can live your life. Like, I'm not here to, I want to make sure that my face is carved on the side of the mountain by the time I'm done. It's not even being carved on the side of the mountain. It's about how many pebbles you helped put in place. How many others learned how they could put the pebbles in place to build their own mountain of love and joy and possibilities. So that's what I'm saying here, that you get to live an enduring legacy of showing others how it's done. Just by people remembering, like, oh, I remember he or she or they were awesome and I learned something. All these mentors I talk about along the way, that's part of the legacy. They dropped something into me, and that legacy gets to live on. And so that's what the Radiant community is all about. And I want to tell you that it's not just a community, it's a movement, empowering you to be the true creator of your life, unlocking limitless potential. So here's what you get when you join the Radiant community. And again, those of you who did it before, hold on to your hat because I've got something special. This is my version of a Black Friday, Green Tuesday, Purple Thursday. I don't know. I've got an offer for you that is really half the investment that you spent last time, and making it easier for people to say yes. So wait for it. So first of all, I've refreshed, renewed, and rejiggered it. In that, this is how it's going to be. You're going to get a monthly masterclass. And for those of you who knew, you didn't know what it was like before, it's even better than it was before. You're welcome. So first of all, you get a monthly masterclass. So each month, there will be a transformational masterclass on various topics: health and well-being, financial growth, love, opening your heart, peaceful perimeters, how to have better connections, how to have better communication. Each month, there'll be a theme and a masterclass that will be recorded and put inside of a special portal for you to be able to watch 24/7, available on demand, right? And then to correspond with that, we'll have a monthly live coaching and Q&A. You'll get coaching on that topic or whatever else comes up for you. I love to open up safe, sacred spaces. Those of you who know me, one of the favorite things that I heard when I got feedback or when you left your testimonials was that I felt safe here. In fact, you all felt so safe that you felt like this was your home. And that really meant a lot to me, that I create non-judgment, open, safe spaces for you just to be the best version. All we're expecting is for you to show up and be the best version of yourself or be on that path. And so you get live monthly coaching with me. Then we're going to have I have some amazing guest experts showing up. I've already begun outlining some of my folks. There's someone new who's in my world who is amazing. Do I have her book handy? I don't have it handy. I don't want to take myself off the task, but she is an expert in branding your business in the way that you look. So it's not just styling and putting together a pretty outfit. It's so that you dress for your brand. I think that's the name of the book, Dress Your Brand. I don't want to stop and go get it. And so she's agreed to come and talk to you also. For those of you who are in business, those of you who want to be in business, those of you who have corporate jobs, it's about showing up in the way, in the style of, and in the dress of clothing that makes you look good, feel good, and speaks to who you already are. And so she's going to come and do that. So I'm excited about that. And also going to have someone who's a holistic nutrition coach who's going to teach us how to make healthy, holistic meals that do the body and the soul and the mind right. So I'm super excited. I'm already outlining, getting my people together for you. There's also, you have this exclusive Radiant Community online community. And I love Facebook. But we're taking this off Facebook. It's going to be a portal where you won't get distracted, where you can come in all the time, leave your comments, create connections, watch the master classes, watch all the replays will all be put into this portal. The last time I left it all in a Facebook group, but Facebook, you go in there and you get lost in the sauce. This is going to be a special place called, wait for it, the Radiant Circle. A radiant circle of joy and light and peace and blessings and a safe space for us to all be, and for you to come as often as you want to, because like I said, there'll be recordings there for you, other content placed there for you. So it's always there for you to tap in and just get your, get juiced up if you need. Just plug in and get juiced up, and then off you go. Or come in and fill your cup, and then you're flowing over into your saucer like, "Ooh, Kim, my saucer's full. I can go feed other people now." Or pour it back into your cup if you want to. So it will be a place of networking, collaboration, and celebration. One of my favorite things with the Radiant community the first time is I can't tell you how many beautiful collaborations happened, how many people have met and created something anew just by being in this environment. And that makes me happy. So one of the bonuses that you get is you'll also receive a Radiant Life Plan. It's going to be a custom design journal and planner to empower you on the quest to your radiant life. One of the things I'm doing differently this year is we're going to stay in it. We're going to stay on it. We're going to stay in it. And I heard you, those of you who took it, who were involved last time, that we move on to the next topic. We move on to the next topic. This time we're going to build and build and build and continue conversations. And in particular, the conversation around manifestation. Every month, there will be fine-tuned checking in, fine-tuned dialing up of the manifestations that we want. And so we're going to have a Manifest Me Map workshop on December 9th to get you clear about your 2024 manifestation plan, and a replay will be available. But month after month after month, we're going to go back to the Manifest Me Map. Those of you there was 7,000 people who participated in the Manifest Me Map experience when I first launched this. 7,000 people. And I have pictures of your beautiful maps. So it's like a vision board times 12,000. Because we get you clear not only on the vision that you want to create, we get you clear on the path that it will take for you to get there, and then get you in action. So every month, we're going to keep coming back to the action. We're going to stay in accountability. It's going to be a high accountability place. No one left behind. So that's what's going to happen in this experience this time. So here's some of the topics that we're going to cover, and there'll be even more. Deep self-discovery and awareness. Awareness is the first step, y'all. You got to take a look at it before you can tear it down and build it back up again. Just take a look without judgment. Without judgment. I ain't got no time to judge you, and you have no time to judge yourself. We're going to help you clarify your vision and your aspirations. We're going to do mindset shift and belief reinforcement, and reinforcing the ones that need to be that work in your favor. I shouldn't say need to be, but the beliefs that work for you versus the beliefs that no longer hold you, that don't hold you up. Don't hold you up to the magnificent, boldacious, bright star that you already are. Why are we holding on to beliefs that are anything less than the truth? The truth is that you are magnificent, period. Period, as the kids say. Period. And I think it's a P-E-R, period, P-E-R-I-O-D-T. Ever I've seen it written, the T is bigger, period. No less than the truth. And the truth is a capital T at the end. So let's step into that belief and all those beliefs. There'll be reflection and, like I said, celebration. We're going to stay in that mode of celebrating what's working and reflecting on what's not working and then turning it around. It's going to be a constant. We're going to deepen spiritual connections. However you language that, we're going to make sure that you stay connected or create resources or have resources for you to stay connected. Breath work and all those things. Wealth creation. We're going to talk about stepping into and stepping up to your divine birthright to have the wealth that you need, to have the resources that you need, want, and desire to have what you want, right? And to be in alignment with that, to be in alignment with wealth, not just money, wealth, holistically. Holistic health and nutrition, creative expression, networking, planning a meaningful legacy, and so much more. So that's what we're all about. The Radiant KimUnity is your solution to embrace more joy and positivity, to create space for new ventures for yourself and in collaboration, and to overcome negativity and doubt. Somebody wrote it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Period. So you're going to have more harmony in your work and life, and you're going to prioritize your happiness and build the confidence to chase your dreams, all in a community. Do you see everybody in that circle? All within our beautiful circle that we're going to have and hold tight. That's special. And let people in and come on and be, if they're the right kind of, if there are kind of people, they can come on in and be a part. So you can go to Radiant KimUnity, but I'm fitting to show you the page, radiantkimunity.com. I'm fitting to open up the page for you. I keep saying fitting to. It's because I'm going to see my mother in North Carolina. Monthly masterclass every year that's pre-recorded and right there for you. Monthly life coaching with me. Quarterly, that's spelled incorrectly. Quarterly, I told you my mother was a teacher. Quarterly live expert guest workshops. At least, and if I can get even more, I'm going to make it happen. But I'm committed to quarterly and even more because I've got a few people lined up for you. Exclusive online community, like I said, the Radiant KimUnity. I'm sorry, the Radiant Circle portal. You get a Radiant Life Plan Journal and the Manifest Me Map workshop. And by the way, we're going to do quarterly Manifest Me maps too. We're going to reignite our maps. That is the Radiant KimUnity. So may I share with you the page? Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm going to share the sales page with you, what we call our sales page. And let me just tell you right now, do I want to, maybe I want to stop this. It's not letting me share. Is there a way for me to share it? Share my screen. Hold, please. Here it is. There we go. First thing I want you to know is you want to know what the investment is. If you're reading the page, can you all see that? I've lost my other, let me see where you are. Where are you? The first thing I want you to know is the price is half of what it was the first time. So if you were somebody wants an in-person launch party, that may happen. I didn't want to put that on the list of things. I didn't want to promise that. But I do feel a Radiant retreat coming in my future. I'm traveling a lot next year, a lot, even internationally next year. The ink is not dry on the contract. And who's to say that we can't have a couple of Radiant retreats or a couple of Radiant get-togethers? I didn't want to promise that though. All right, can you all see this page? So the first thing you will notice if you were in the Radiant community the last time is that number one, the investment has gone down. It was $97 a month. It was $997 a year minimum because the price went up. And you had to say yes to the whole year. The first change I'm making is I'm making it available so that it's month to month. You can step in now and it's a month to month experience. And it's half of what it was. It was, like I said, 97 last time. So, about half. And $470 investment for the whole year. So if you're committed to the whole year, let's get you in for the whole year. By the way, if you step in at the whole yearly experience, you get a bonus with me, a bonus clarity call, a one-on-one call with me. Is that on this page? Maybe I have the wrong page here. It was on the page. I don't know if we saved it when we loaded it up. So there's two ways to join. You can join at $47 a month and you're in, and you just every month it just recurs for you. Or at $470 a year. And if you say yes to that, not only are you getting 2 months free, you're going to get a free 30-minute clarity call with me, clarity coaching call. And one of my favorite things to do is get one-on-ones with people. So this is expiring in 9 days, 20 hours, 21 minutes, and 43 seconds at the time of my recording. I'm looking for 100 radiant souls to step into this. And the reason why I'm limiting it is because the investment is going up. The investment is going up. It will not remain 47, and this is the lowest it will ever be. So you can call this Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday, Purple Thursday, whatever. It's never going to be this low. I wanted to reopen the doors at this rate, which I think is a much easier yes. And it should be a no-brainer because $47 a month for all that we're going to be doing together, it's going to be really powerful. Or like I said, take that 470, that way you're locked in for 12 months and you get a clarity call with me. Okay. So all of the information is here on this page. You can go to radiantkimUnity.com. There's the monthly masterclass. There's the monthly coaching. There's the online community. I need to stop and see if it's scrolling. It is. But hold on, let me just put the banner up for you so that it's scrolling right there for you. Hang on just a second. You just go to RadiantKimUnity.com, Radiant KIMUNITY.com. 47 per month. And let me say this too. You will be, as they say, grandfathered or grandmothered in. Your rate will never go back up, will never go up as long as you don't cancel. So $47 a month, charged every month, the same time every month. As long as you don't cancel, you will keep that rate. And that is the lowest rate that I'm going to offer. The same with the $470 per year. For as long as I do this, you will be grandfathered or grandmothered in at that rate. And that rate is going to go up. Okay. So I just wanted to give you that as you're looking at all your Black Friday sales and specials. I would say give yourself the gift of the best version of yourself. The total value of this is at least $497 per month. The coaching, the live coaching, those of you who did it before, I'll tell you, those of you who don't know about this, we get on those live Q&A calls and I open up the seat, what we call the love seat, for you to share what's going on in your world so that we can celebrate you, for you to ask powerful questions. Nothing I love better than to coach and share. And we as a collective just love on you and you leave lifted. That's my desire. So if you're interested and open, would love to have you there. So what I'm going to do now is just take any questions that you may have. Let me go back to the comments. Do you have some comments? Do you have any questions? I'll stay a little while longer. It's a little bit blurry. I'm sorry to hear that, but what we'll do is if you just go to radiantkimUnity.com, you can see the page nice and clear on your device. Again, the investment is $47 per month, and you'll just recur at that monthly rate. The minute you cancel, though, it will go to whatever the price is at that time, and the price will be escalating up. I wanted to just, like I said, make a splash and make it an easy yes. Or if you want a year, 2 months free and a clarity call with me, come on through. Come on through. Okay, I'm going to take this ring off because it keeps hitting the table. This is a citrine ring, which is abundance. I've already had my abundance of hanging out with you all. So if it's unclear, what I'll do is I'll take the page off for now and just let you ask me questions, because I've put the link there for you. So anybody have any questions? Oh, by the way, too, is when we do this Radiant retreat, I might open it up to the world, but you all will always have first dibs, and I'll make it, there'll be bonuses along the way. I always create bonuses. And when we did this that year, there were opportunities that popped up. We ended up having a talent show. There's other things that I will create as I go along, because my cup will be overflowing. I'll have a full saucer, and I'll make sure that you all get to sip from the saucer. What's the deadline for this offer? So at the time of this recording, it was clicking down 9 days, I think 9 days and 20 hours. So, that's I think that's Tuesday, 9 days. 9 days from this time. But when you go to the radiantkimmunity.com, there's a clicker that's there. I'm looking for 100 souls, and I will likely close the door so that I'm in integrity. I'll close the doors once I have 100 people at this rate, because I want to be in integrity. So come on in. If you still see the page up, then that means it's still available. Good. Thank you, whoever put that there for me. Thank you. Period. Let me see if there's any more questions. It is all about loving one another. What time will the monthly call be? My schedule is still being planned, so I'll have to get back to you. Last time, the monthly call was on Tuesdays, like the third Tuesday of the month. And I'm on the West Coast, so I did it so that the East Coast, it wasn't past your bedtime, depending on what your bedtime is. So it'll be in the late afternoon, early evening. But everything is recorded, so you get to keep it. And what we did was we did create some other opportunities so that there are people who, I just have to cough, excuse me. Excuse me. Hold on, I've been talking a lot. Might create some other workshops and other times so those of you who can't come at that exact time will have a chance to pop on live. Yes, you just visit. Thank you. So right now it's the third Tuesday of the month is when the live call will be. But anything can happen. Excellent investment in self and self-love, witnessed in love, and growth in yourself as a previous participant. Yes, right, Chippy, you've been there before. I create love. I show love. I create a loving environment. And I'm excited about the relaunch because it's, again, we're taking it off Facebook, so there's less distraction. And like I said, there will be pre-recorded classes for you to go there and watch as much as you want. We're still uploading everything on our end, and so everything really kicks off. The portal will be ready for you on December 1st, and our first live workshop will be on the 9th and re-recorded for you. And each month, I'm going to reactivate the Manifest Me map and reactivate the celebrations and reactivate the actions that you say you're going to take. Resources will be resourced. All right. I'll stay on for 2 more minutes and ask any more questions. Looking forward to the greatness. Come on through. Would love to have you. By the way, we have a money back guarantee. I think that's on the page. Let me look at the page again. I believe, how can I slide that? Let me slide that. We have a 100% money back guarantee. We have a 30-day risk-free money back guarantee. That's also new. Like, let me create this guarantee for people because I'm planning to show up and show out. You're going to want to stay month after month after month. You're going to want to stay. And so you can come and try us out for 30 days, Like I said, the first Manifest Me map class happens, workshop, I should say, happens on Saturday the 9th. I'm also going to have more resources for you as we go through this holiday season so that you can come over here and tap in. So let's say your family is driving you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You can come and tap into all this joy and positivity to keep you afloat during this time. So just make sure that you knew that that was a feature as well. So there. All right, we have a couple of new comments, and then I'm going to click off. Good. Come on in. Good. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to leave this presentation up for a while. It's a presentation first, and then a presentation of what's possible for you when you come and join the Radiant community. So I will leave this with you. I'm going to go and pack my bags to go and visit my mother. And by the way, those of you who are in the Merlin area, I'm performing at the, what is the name of it? The Bowie Art Center, Saturday the 25th. Comedian Joe Claire has an ongoing series of comedy shows there that he calls Bangin' in Bowie. So on the 25th, as you're still digesting all that delicious food, come down to the Bowie Art Center. Jackie Fabulous, Kim Coles, Joe Claire, and he just told me yesterday, a live band on stage. You don't want to miss it. So you just go to the Bowie Art Center. I think it's bowiearts.org or joeclair.com. JOECLAIR. If you're in the DMV area, come on down. I'm going to be making funny on the stage. Oh, who just joined? So by the way, if you joined, let me celebrate you. Kiara Duffy, you just joined. Welcome. Happy to have you. Whoever else is joining, you're welcome. I celebrate you. I cannot wait to get to know you and play with you in this experience. Thank you so much for being here for this opportunity. And by the way, share this with others. If you have someone in your life that you know could be, remember on the slide that I talked about accountability partners. You're going to create accountability partners in this space. But if there's someone in this world, in your world, that you want to bring into this world because they also want to radiate more joy and peace, really be tapped into their purpose and passion, really tapped into the best version of their self, like they're committed to becoming the best version of themselves, we want them here and we want you all linking arms together. So share this with others. If you were in it the first time and you had a great time, tell other people that you were in it and you had a great time. I love creating these spaces, and I love when people show up and they already are already locked arms, because we're going to lock arms with with each other. Bring someone to the party who you know wants this, needs this, and would benefit the group because they're going to come and shine their light. All right. All right, everybody, I'll let you go. I'm glad you love my humor. Oh, I show up goofy and glamorous. And I'm wearing earrings that have suns on them. You see the sun? Goofy and glamorous. That's allowed. You get to be a mix of all the things. I chose that for myself because I saw it in the world. Is what I decided, to radiate joy in that way. What you see is what you get. Would love to have you all here. A holiday party. Can I just tell you, I just want to party? If you want to party, this is the best place to party. Inside the Radiant community. Go to radiantkimunity.com. Would love to have you there. I will say, I bid you all adieu. Share this with others. All my love to all of you. And I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Bye for now.